Coffee in the top of the order due up. 2-0 McNeese leads LSU in the bottom of the third. Foul to the left side. And a misplay by an LSU fan wearing a gold sweatshirt, and that's unfortunate. As he is being ridiculed by those around him. 1-2 to Leno to lead off the third. Here's the pitch. Good take. It's a little bit low, 2-2. Now, Taylor came in with a batting average against of 272. Tigers have just a soft double from Hodge back in the second to the credit tonight. Here's the 2-2. Leno lines it down the left field line. That's going to twist foul. Kind of similar to the ball Hodge hit. Not hit real hard. Tried to drop it inside the line, and it was a little bit wide left. Well, the Tennessee Clemson game is in the bottom of the eighth. They are still tied at 3 up in Knoxville. Here's the 2-2. Very high, ball 3. Told you earlier, Texas A&M beat ULL 11-2. Second-ranked Aggies get the win over the Cajuns, who are now 500 for the year. 3-2 to Leno. Line drive into right center field for a base hit. That one was well struck. And the Tigers have the 9-hole hitter on to start the inning. That's usually a good sign. The top of the order and Coffee. That ball was right over the plate. Leno knew just what to do with it. Coffee hit back to the circle her first time. Coffee's on-base average at .546 would be an LSU record for a season. Changeup is low. Leno walks into second base, maybe the easiest steal ever. She apparently read that the changeup was coming and it was going to be a slow one, and Leno very easily didn't even have to slide. Picks up her 6th steal of the season. And the count's 1-0 to Coffee. And here's the pitch. That's a strike called over the outside corner. Now, McNeese has given up some steals this year. Opponents have stolen 34, now 35 out of 44. Here's the 1-1. Line drive, base hit into left field. Leno is going to have to stop at third. As the throw's cut off, Coffey's going to go to second, and the Tigers have second and third to start the bottom of the third. Coffee running hard, made the big turn around first, read that the throw was going to be cut off and that the fielder was going to have to spin and make a throw, and she got to second easily. Leno never had a chance to score on that. It was a liner over short. She had to wait and make sure it got through. But the Tigers are in business with second and third. Here's Lassiter, who walked her first time. Now LSU a chance to tie the game here, or more, with the heart of the lineup due up. Lassiter from the right side. 3 righties coming. Pitch up and away, ball 1. Lassiter early in the season didn't draw a ton of walks, but they're starting to add up now. She's got 16. 1-0. Up and in, ball 2. Has driven in 27 runs. And there's a visit out to the circle. Catcher and pitcher chatting, Allen and Taylor. Doesn't appear to be a whole lot going on in the McNeese bullpen. I think they did have some others warming up early. Actually, I think I do see a body down there moving around. Tough angle to see from up here down into their bullpen. Well, the count's 2-0. And the pitch to Lassiter, the drive to left. Left fielder back, looking up, and it's off the fence. That's going to score both runs and tie the game. Lassiter to second with a 2-run double. And we're tied at 2. Lassiter, double number 12, RBIs 28 and 29. It was over Mundine. The question would it be high enough to get out of the park? And the answer was not quite, as it hit halfway up the fence on the fly. But the Tigers have tied it and have a chance to go ahead. Still none out in the inning. And here's Tori Edwards, who struck out her first time. And we're going to have a visit to the circle. So LSU, and there is the warm-up action in the pin. That's number 12. Number 12 is Cadence Williams, who started the game when these teams played in Lake Charles 3 weeks ago. I believe that is Alexis Otero, the pitching coach. And while they chat, the home plate umpire will dust off the plate. The LSU offense will conference. Tigers now with 4 hits. They've out-hit them 4-2. Single, double, and still going here in the third. Edwards and Bergeron, and then Rudity. So your 3 best RBI threats with the runner second, none out. First pitch to Edwards is up and away, ball 1. Discussion might have been about how to pitch to Edwards. And I'm sure the correct answer was very carefully. Here's the 1-0. Tried to nibble away at the outside corner, missed, and it's ball 2. And the 2-0, missed away again, ball 3. Not missing by much, but missing. .30 outside. That one was not close, and it's ball 4. So none of that was shocking at all. And that'll bring up Bergeron, who fouled to deep left her first time. And Beth Farina, well, say she's going to do a pinch runner somewhere here. No, actually, I think what she saw was James Landreneau, their head coach, come. They're going to make a pitching change. Let's take a 90-second pitching change timeout. Game tied at 2. We're back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Team, 274 average against. Here's the 1-0. That's a strike. 61 miles an hour outside corner. She pitched and was the starting pitcher and had LSU befuddled in the game in Lake Charles. Went 5 scoreless, but then gave up 3 in the 6th and ended up being the losing pitcher. The 2-0 taken high, and it's ball 3. First and second, none out, and a 3-0 count. And the pitch to Bergeron sails very high. All right, actually, the board of that is now, one of those was a strike in the middle. That's what it was. So it is a 3-1 count. Beg your pardon. So it is a 3-1 count now, as the board was off by 1. So first and second, none out. And the 3-1. That one is a strike at the belt. It's 3-2. Bergeron, again, fouled to left her first time. So she is 0 for 1. Game tied at 2. Tigers a chance to take the lead. 3-2. Drive to left on a line. Left fielder in front of the tracks. Got it, though. Tagging going to third. Going to be safe, but the runner's now caught between first and third. Now a run down to throw home. Not in time. Lassiter beats the slide. And LSU's got the lead. And Edwards ends up at second base. So the runner's tagged. Lassiter ended up at third. The throw toward third was cut off, and the throw back to second got Edwards in a rundown. And Edwards did well enough in the rundown to let Lassiter head home. And the first baseman's throw home, and Lassiter slid behind the tag. 3-2 LSU. 1 out in the inning. Bergeron hit that ball very hard. Here's Rudity. Taken up high, ball one. Now some good, and this has been LSU's base running all year long. They have been very aggressive on the bases. And the 1-0. Strike called, 1-1, outside corner. Sometimes it'll work against you. Sometimes you don't. The play doesn't get made, but more times than not, LSU has created havoc and extra runs with plays like that. Here's the 1-1. Trying to hit the inside corner, missed, and it's 2-1. So 3-2 LSU now has the lead. And Rudity, who flew to deep right her first time. Here's the 2-1. High fly ball foul, pulled down the line. That's going to go out of play. In fact, somebody caught it in the LSU bullpen, I think. I think the bullpen catcher. Or I think he dropped it, actually. Yeah, been a rough half inning for those out of play grabbing the ball. So it's 2-2 to Rudity. Hodge on deck. The 2-2 to the plate. Good take on a changeup. Kind of buckled her knees a little bit, but she took it. It's 3-2. That run will be charged to the starting pitcher. Here's the 3-2. Rudity lines it down the right field line, but it's foul. Couple feet foul. That ball was smoked, but just couldn't quite keep it fair. So the count will remain full. 3 runs in, 3-2 LSU lead here in the third. And the 3-2 again. Rudity lines that one into right field for a base hit. It's going to be knocked down on the warning track. Runner is going to score. Rudity hasn't stopped running yet. She's headed to third, and it's 4-2 LSU. Rudity will get an RBI. We'll see if she gets a double or a triple. Dunham was playing pretty deep. She had to get to the warning track just to kind of try to stab at it to keep it from getting to the warning track. Might be given an error there, but either way, Rudity's got extra bases, and it's 4-2 Tigers. Runner at third, 1 out. And Rudity drives in a run. She's got 40 of those. That is a career high. And that'll bring up Hodge with Rudity at third, and there's a drive to center. That should score the run. It's taken by Fontenot. Tagging and coming home easily is Rudity, and it's now 5-2 LSU. Rudity did get a double on that a little while ago. Double and an error on the right fielder, Dunham. And then Hodge on the first pitch lines to center and gets the run in. So LSU has put up 5. And they might be appealing the runner left early.
McNeese is challenging that the runner left early at third base.
So that is what is going on here. So they will have to, Birmingham gets the night off. They've got to run down to the end of the LSU dugout to check it. see what they can find. Hancock Whitney is the official bank of LSU Athletics. Learn more at HancockWhitney.com/LSU. If it stands, LSU will have a 5-run inning with 2 away. And it looked, from the angle I just saw, it looked pretty clean to me, like Rudity waited.
The call on the field is upheld. The runner did not leave early.
All right, so RBI for Hodge as she jumped on that first pitch and lined it to center for a sac fly. And LSU has a 5-run inning, and that'll bring up Maddox McKee, who sacrificed her first time. Well, McKee from the left side. The pitch is away, ball 1. So LSU haunts McNeese with a big inning. Had a pair of 6s in Lake Charles. Have a 5 here tonight. And still going, 2 outs, bases empty. And the pitch is up high. It's 2 balls and no strikes. LSU hit their 24th sacrifice fly of the season. It's a pretty good number. 2-0 into the gap in right center field. It's going to hit. It's going to roll all the way to the fence. McKee's around second. She's flying. She's headed to third and will slide with a triple. McKee's first triple of the season. And that one split them perfectly out in right center. She hit it hard, did McKee. And nobody could pick it up until it hit the fence. And Michaela Walker will bat. LSU doesn't get a ton of triples. Walker struck out her first time looking. 2 outs, runner at third. And here's the pitch. It's low in the dirt, ball 1. That is LSU's 8th triple of the year. There's the 1-0. Pop up right side. It's going to be in play, I think, in foul territory. It is. First baseman catches it right up against the LSU dugout, and that will end the inning. But 9 Tigers bat, 5 of them score on 5 hits. The Tigers leave 1. We go to the 4th. It is 5-2 Tigers on the LSU Sports Radio Network. The circle. Clopton got the force play at home. And ball 1 is inside. Clopton with 42 pitches. She's been efficient. 0-1. Check swing. That's a strike. 67 over the inside corner. Five to 2, the Tigers now have the lead. They've out-hit the Cowgirls 6-2. Poked it out of play. Back into the net. 2 strikes the count. Righty bat, the 0-2 to the plate. Moved a little bit too much inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Clopton 4 strikeouts through the 9 batters that she's faced. No base runners. The 1-2. Change up is low, and it's 2-2. Getting the home plate umpire Michael Thibodeau kind of makes a move. You don't know if he's ready to fire off a strike call or not sometimes. That one was close, but it was low, and it's 2-2. Now the 2-2 to the plate. Jammed her. Pop up to third. Easy catch for Coffey. 1 out. And that'll bring up Briley Fontenot, who grounded to first with the bases loaded. And Edwards got the play at home to get the force. So Briley Fontenot, the 7-hole hitter, freshman, right-hander, 296 average. 1 out in the 4th. Pop-up foul back out of play. Baseball game did get underway across the way at the box. It's 1-0 LSU, bottom of the 2nd over Northwestern State. And up at Tennessee, Clemson a run in the 9th. They lead Tennessee 4-3, going bottom of 9. A little bit up, and it's 1-1. So Tennessee, the new #1 team in the nation, that has not been a good place to be here lately because the teams have been losing. Chopper to the right side. Edwards, nice backhand, then has to turn around, go back to the bag. She does, and there's 2 down. Texas A&M, Texas have all been #1 and have suffered losses. In fact, Tennessee was the one who knocked Texas out from that spot, beat them 2 out of 3 in Austin a couple of weeks ago. Here's Sarah Allen, the catcher, who struck out to end the 1st inning. And Clopton bounces that one, ball 1. Two outs, top of the 4th. A little flare down the right field line, twisting. It is a fair ball. It landed just fair, and Allen has a base hit. Rudy got over, did not have a chance to catch it, just hoping it would land foul, but it didn't. So Clopton gives up her first base runner. That one just, I mean, that might have even drawn a little bit of the line. It was that close. And they're going to have a pinch runner at first base, I believe, here for Allen. Down 3 in the 4th inning. Somebody a little bit more fleet of foot. That's going to be number 23, and that is Anna McElroy. McElroy, the runner at first. 2 down. Here is the 9-hole hitter, Dunham. Delaney Dunham, who popped to second her first time, left-handed bat. And the pitch is a low strike called, and it's 0-1. Coming. High pop up on the infield, drifting back onto the grass. Actually is McKee. Actually, it's Hodge, I beg your pardon, who will take the ball out behind the bag, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, and the runner left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 5-2 Tigers on the LSU Sports Radio Network. 82 third innings. And here is Jaden Leno. Lefty versus lefty. Pitch upstairs, ball 1. McKee and Rudy homered against her in that game in the 7th inning. Leno started the 3rd with a single. She later scored the 1st run. Curves over the outside corner, 1-1. First 4 Tigers reached in the inning. Here's the 1-1. Slow change-up, slow curve. Either it's low and it's 2-1. Five to 2 LSU, bottom of the 4th. And the 2-1 fouled away, and it's 2-2. Kind of a herky-jerky motion, kind of bobs a couple of times before she brings the pitch. Check Snyder, just 5'4". She is from Walker, right next door in Livingston Parish. And here's the 2-2. High pop up on the infield, left side. Shortstop Reyna wants it. She's got it. There's 1 out. And that'll bring up Coffey, who singled in the third inning. So she's 1 for 2. And that one darts across the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1, up and away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. McNeese got 2 runs in the first, LSU 5 in the third. Here's the 1-1, up high and away, 2 balls and a strike. Tigers will host Florida this weekend. Game times get a little later as we go on. 1 o'clock Saturday, 5 o'clock Sunday, 6 o'clock Monday. The 2-1 fouled away, and the count's 2-2. One out, bottom of the fourth inning. And the 2-2, it's high, ball 3. Very rarely in this park do you see the flags just sitting still. That's exactly what they're doing. They are not moving. There is no breeze of any sort to speak of here. It's a bit humid. There's been a lot of moisture in the air. So kind of a very still, quiet night. And the 3-2 is a ground ball back to the circle. It's going to be a pitch clock violation, so LSU's going to get this back. Yeah, the pitch clock ran out on Scheck-Snyder, so LSU either gets the play or they get what will now be ball 4 on an automatic ball. Yeah, so the umpire immediately held his arm out, so it was kind of a free swing for Coffey. So we knew the pitch clock had run out. So you get the whatever you like the most. Do you like an automatic ball or do you like the result of the play? Well, it's a ball because Coffey grounded back to the circle. So here is Lassiter with Coffey at first and 1 away. Pitch is a strike inside corner. So Coffey will get the walk. Technically goes down as a legal pitch, but ends up being the ball anyway. So it all kind of ends up the same. Coffey gets another walk. Not often you get a walk when you hit a comebacker to the circle, but that's what happened there. Here's the 0-1. Lassiter, fly ball out into shallow right center field. It's going to find the grass. Boy, Lassiter is, she was owed a couple of those because she hit some rockets both weekends in Texas that were into outs. So that she had that coming. That was just a little flare out into right center field. So she's got her second hit of the night, been on base all 3 times. And here is Tori Edwards, who has struck out, walked, and scored. That walk to Coffey a while ago, her 44th of the season. She is now tied for 4th most in a season at LSU. And Edwards has got a real chance to hit with runners on base. Pitch is low, ball 1. So 5-2 score. LSU with 7 hits now. Lassiter with 2 of those. And the 1-0. Very high fly ball to right center. Right fielder's going to be there. Dunham's got it. Runners have to stay put. There's 2 down. Edwards just kind of missed that one. She got under it. She takes a little bit of the arc out of that. That's one of her missiles, but that one got under it a little bit. So 2 down. Here is Bajeron, who has flown to left both times. Uh-oh. Well, they are shooing the players off. There must be lightning in the area. Well, we were watching the radar. It looked like the rain was kind of trying to break up, but lightning has been detected, so that automatically means a bare minimum 30-minute delay from this moment right now.